Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Time for us to resume the Round Robin series, DC Challenge. The last creative team made some interesting choices and several cliffhangers and plot developments to resolve. In the distant past, the Viking Prince encountered a portmanteau of W.C. Fields characters. Okay, I know I normally just shrug and say comic books at a time like this, but even for this medium, it's frickin' weird. Who zapped him with a laser gun and aided in graffitiing some ancient runes. Batman took those ruins on a tablet to Hawkman and Hawkgirl, explaining all the weird shenanigans he had been up to already. They in turn fought some kind of manticore, and eventually Hawkman found himself transported to the planet Rann, where Adam Strange was fighting off mythological creatures from that planet's history. And also fighting off various demon entities, similar ones that were also attacking Earth in prior issues. Hawkgirl teamed up with Batman to try to track down some coordinates they found, but ended up attacked by one of the demons. Adam Strange, transported back to Earth via the Zeta Beam, was in a position to save them, but it would mean missing his window to return to Rann. Aquaman, meanwhile, was trapped out in the desert, but survived by drinking the blood of a vulture that he just chomped down into like it was a drumstick. This is the real reason you don't make fun of Aquaman. When push comes to shove, he'll literally eat you raw! He later explained to who he thought was the Justice League that he saw some aliens utilizing some strange device, some sort of relay that Superman had already encountered on the moon, and it's revealed that the ones he was talking to were said aliens, who all point guns at him. So let's dig into DC Challenge number 4. Things have already gotten this bizarre, and we only just cleared the 1/4 mark. I want to see what happens next!
Atop the fourth wall, where bad comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. What's with these awkward subjects? What's all this art so rubbish? To anyone who's had a bad comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara, he is a man, punch, sporadically a grouch. Linkara, he has his own spaceship, but he's always on his couch. Linkara. A universe in flux, Linkara. This comic sucks, Linkara.
I feel like it's going to get increasingly pointless to talk about the covers for DC Challenge, since they all follow a similar pattern. An assemblage of characters that'll be featured surrounding a big question mark. That being said, I do love how it looks like Aquaman is trying to sneakily reach over and pull out the tube from this alien's head like he was Bane or something. Is that vulture's blood going into you? I need my fix! I also really hate to say it, but it's a persistent problem throughout the issue. The artwork, particularly people's faces, is really ugly. I don't know what happened here. This was drawn by Gil Kane, a legend in the industry. Dude was the original artist who created Hal Jordan, and I've seen plenty of his other work that wasn't a problem, but for some reason in this book a lot of people's faces are scrunched up, or there are a lot of detail lines everywhere that are making it look worse. This could be the fault of the inker, Klaus Janson, since it feels like the inking in the book is very rough and smudgy, but I've seen better from him too. Best guess is that the book was just rushed out and that's why it looks the way it does. Just imagine if every time you cut back to me I was making a face like this. That's what it looks like far too often in this. We open at the Department of Scientific Investigation in Washington, D.C., with its director, Darwin Jones. This one's a really obscure character that the writer, Paul Levitz, decided to dig up for this. He did make several appearances in the Silver Age, but he's just a dude. A science detective, certainly, as was part of his original stories, wherein he investigated very bizarre science fiction mysteries, but still, as far as I can tell, he's only made a handful of cameos post-crisis. If there's a Darwin Jones mega fan watching this, sound off in the comments. I don't mean to disrespect you or your admiration of this character, but I would love to hear about what it is that makes him a favorite. But the good Mr. Jones is not alone in this room. Slightly less obscure here is Detective Chimp, though in his original form of Bobo the Chimpanzee. Post-crisis, he would apparently drink from the fountain of youth and gain the ability to speak, and to put on the detective hat, but here he's just a chimpanzee with above-average intelligence. And Darwin Jones has called him in to investigate all the weird stuff happening in DC Challenge. It does make sense that when the situation is this bizarre, it's best to get the advice of a chimpanzee. Can't make it any more weird. I've never seen anything so crazy. Demons, dead people coming to life, laws of science failing, and whichever Justice Leaguers get involved seem to disappear or accomplish nothing. Damn it, it's as if the next writers don't care about these characters, so they end up getting sidelined or tossed out. He explains that he had brought in Bobo to investigate his unusually long lifespan, but that's been interrupted by all this. And I'm just wondering what he expected to discover about him from his office instead of a laboratory. Bobo pulls out a pencil and paper and starts drawing something. Oh no! If you're gonna start messing up my office, that's the last straw! Well, I was going to write up my proof for solving the Hodge conjecture, but instead I wrote up yours, Darwin! What the blazes? Either Chase was right about you, or I've finally seen proof of the statistical theory that a monkey and a typewriter would eventually produce Shakespeare. Wait, what does all the world's a glage mean? Actually, he does apologize, admitting that he was upset that a chimpanzee was able to spot what he didn't, a pattern to all the reported incidents, with Metropolis in the center of it all. Superman suddenly flies into the open window. Glad to see you're already working on this problem, Dr. Jones, since I flew to Washington to get your department's help. Not with the current crisis, mind you, it's just I'm moving apartments next weekend, and specifically, he needs some help analyzing data related to the relay that he found on the Daily Planet's roof, which includes some lingering traces of radiation. Aliens? I've only heard rumors of demons involved in the phenomenal incidents. Aliens? Pfft, don't be ridiculous, Superman. I'm a science detective. This whole thing is about demons and zombies. Bobo notices Superman's Justice League signal device is activated before he even does, which worries Superman. Not that the chimpanzee was able to, but rather that he didn't. Still, he needs to go investigate the signal, telling Dr. Jones he'll meet him in Metropolis. And Darwin says that Bobo's coming with them. Yes, Bobo, you're coming to Metropolis with me. You've earned it. What Bobo doesn't know is that he earned it in place of his regular salary. We cut over to the Sahara, where the aliens are prepared to shoot Aquaman. However, they also say that he'll be one of their greatest tools. Aquaman says of course he won't help them, but the alien says he doesn't have to, that they've been able to steal information from his mind to shapeshift into the League as they did a moment ago. We used your signaler to call your comrades. We've prank called them so often that they refuse to answer anymore. There are several among them who can be important pawns in our game, for they are traitors to our cause! Traitor! Wouldn't they have to believe in your cause to begin with in order to be traitors? They shoot Aquaman, who's injured but not dead yet. Before they can finish the job, Martian Manhunter and Zatanna fly down to the rescue. Also, Zatanna has a flying carpet. I don't know if that was a regular thing pre-crisis for her, but it definitely should make a return in the modern era if it hasn't already. You didn't think we'd ignore our leader's summons, did you, cutie? Besides, I haven't been to Egypt for years, and the sightseeing's great. That's wonderful, Zatanna. I've been shot! Zatanna tries to use her magic on the aliens, but for some reason the spell doesn't work. The power of magic is no longer so great, woman, and soon will be gone entirely. Pick a card, any card, you say? Well, maybe we'll just shoot you with our science guns instead. They form some sort of energy cage around the Martian Manhunter, and yeesh, what's going on with Jean's face behind the energy bars? They open up some sort of very scratchy, poorly drawn portal and flee inside with the captured Manhunter, saying Aquaman and Zatanna are no longer relevant to their plans. We cut over to the literal cliffhanger of last issue, with Batman and Hawkgirl about to fall, while Adam Strange needs to choose his next course of action. Fortunately, this one's solved pretty easily. He leaps over to the two and snaps the branch they're hanging on himself, directing all three of them into the path of the Zeta Beam and bringing them all to Rann. They're reunited with Alana, Hawkman, Sardath, and the Viking Prince, who fled the building they were in when it got attacked in the last issue. I only took this ancient crystal with us. Gotta be honest, I didn't have insurance on that place, and I'm gonna need to pawn this for the repair work. An artifact from Rann's past which has the key to deciphering the computer languages used by our ancestors. No one even speaks COBOL or Visual Basic anymore. A giant pink snake thing bursts out of the ground. By Ranagar's heights, it's a...
Who shall we have worm sign the likes of which even God has never seen?
The creature loudly exclaims that it wants the crystal Sardath brought with him. Who knew there was a big market for programming things in Perl?
I don't care what it is, Sardath. If it wants your crystal, it can't have it! Because it's mine now! Batman wins again!
Hawkman and Hawkgirl try to tie the creature up to question it, but Hawkman and the Viking Prince suddenly teleport away. Adam Strange explains that, oh my god, Adam, what's wrong with your face? He says that the Zeta beam that originally brought the two of them to Rann is worn off, and the same might occur to him, Hawkgirl, and Batman any moment now. Superman suddenly arrives, much to Alana's confusion.
Obviously, he got our JLA distress signal on Earth and arrived as we were hit by the Zeta beam.
Obviously?
Yeah, it's obvious. Or am I just smarter than you because I'm Batman? Yeah, that's it. I'm smarter than you because I'm Batman.
Superman confirms this. Because, yeah, this is working by pre-crisis rules where Superman can just fly between planets in an instant. Superman tries to restrain the creature as well, but it uses some kind of magical hypnosis on him to restrain him. And it's at that point when the aliens that took the Martian Manhunter show up. They use a device to drain the remaining Zeta Beam energy from Adam Strange, Hawkgirl, and Batman, which automatically returns them to Earth. They then snatch the crystal from Sardath and offer it to the creature, wanting Superman in exchange. Back on Earth, Darwin Jones and Bobo are on the roof of the Daily Planet examining the tower. Superman was correct. This radiation is like nothing I've ever seen on Earth. It's got a real lemony taste to it. It doesn't seem harmful, more like a dangerous wavelength emitter in its 10th half-life. Now I'm not radioactive at all. That's probably good. Bobo touches something on the controls, much to Darwin's irritation, and he's suddenly consumed by a minor pink glow that goes unnoticed by Darwin.
Too much pink energy is dangerous.
However, Bobo suddenly notices something much worse in its horrified little overdrawn monkey face. Alien spaceships hovering over the city. Gotta say, though, that some of these shots of their vessels kind of resemble the Astro megaship from Power Rangers in Space. So maybe my clip of Zordon wasn't too far off here. I guess Darwin just hasn't been paying attention for a while, since a jet has already been dispatched and launches a missile at one of the ships. And it bounces off the thing, just harmlessly falling without exploding, I guess. Someone who was throwing a roof party is about to have a very interesting day.
Your nuclear weapons are useless, Earthlings.
They launched a nuke while the ships were hovering over Metropolis?
I'm the government. I'm the government. I'm the reason nothing works.
Like, this is the first thing we've heard from these aliens as far as the government is concerned. Why was that the go-to plan? But yeah, the aliens declare that the world is under their power, so they need to obey or die. Darwin calls up his department and learns that the aliens are landing all over the world, but strangely, countries that are currently at night, their nuclear arsenals are working just fine against the invaders. The aliens reach the roof, probably to secure the relay transmitter, and Darwin whispers some instructions to Bobo. And Bobo follows these instructions, causing a distraction to allow Darwin a chance to escape down the stairwell. We cut over to New York, where Jimmy Olsen has come to see Dr. Terry 13. For those who don't recall, Dr. 13 is kind of an hilarious character in the DCU. He is the ultimate skeptic, to the point where he doesn't believe that magic, aliens, or any other supernatural thing exists in the DC universe. Yet he will later acknowledge that Superman exists, so maybe he just assumes that Supes has, like, a hidden jetpack or something that he uses to fly. Anyway, Jimmy Olsen and Floyd Perkins have come for help investigating the appearances of the old dead celebrities showing up. You're the ghost breaker. Well, that just makes me think that Dr. 13's gonna suplex the ghosts. But yeah, they want him to figure out what the hell is causing these things to appear, especially if it isn't ghosts. However, it seems after the three leave to return to Metropolis, some of the supernatural beings appear in his office after they all leave to just giggle, I guess. Good prank, guys. You really got him. Back at the Daily Planet, Darwin has been having a hell of a time escaping the building. Every time he approaches an exit, the aliens are waiting for him. Fortunately for him, Bobo finally catches up to him and leads him to an emergency street exit. And by that, I mean to the main printing room of the newspaper. To make matters worse, the demonic beings that have been invading are in there too. They spot a much better drawn portal, and they decide their best shot at escape is to leap through it. And the demons, meanwhile, have been working the printers, releasing a story announcing that Clark Kent is Superman. Turns out the demons just wanted journalism jobs this whole time, but no one would give them a chance. Well, to be accurate, it says Clark Kent really soupy, which even with the two photos on it seems to be more a thing saying, this guy's really super, you know that? Back in New York, Jimmy, Floyd, and Dr. 13 are stopped on their way to the airport. Let me ask you a question then, Doctor. How do you feel about UFOs and aliens? Huh? Mostly cases of mass hysteria. Martian Manhunter? Pfft, mass delusion. That guy's from Seattle. Their cab is run into the aliens, who have a massive army in the streets. They get out as the lead alien seems to be giving a speech telling humanity to gather around. Floyd, however, has had enough of all this and decides to just stay still and let this all blow over. But yeah, the aliens have captured every non-human superhero and attached them to poles, including Starfire, Supergirl, the Martian Manhunter, and of course, Superman. The independence of your planet has ended. You are now to be a part of the greater galaxies, and these aliens who have lived among you shall be the first to feel our justice for having dared fraternize with you, for pretending to live among you in peace. These traitors shall die! What human crawled up your ass and died that you care so much about other aliens hanging out with them? Is that really Superman, Olsen? He looks like he's in such pain. That's him, Doc. Which means this is not mass hysteria. Unless you're part of the delusion too, Olsen! This could all be some hallucination I'm having! That's it, isn't it? Tell me the truth, damn it! Jimmy's oddly wrinkled face, again, adding a bunch of unnecessary lines to him is such a weird artistic move, whoever decided to do it. Says that the two of them don't have any shot of freeing Superman like this, but he has an idea. The two of them leaping into the conveniently placed dimensional portal. The lead alien orders his troops to execute our heroes, while we cut to the inside of the dimensional portal, where Darwin and Bobo appear. Someplace else, but no place you've ever heard of. The hipster dimension. Darwin speculates that this place is a midpoint between dimensions, someplace where the demons might also have come from. However, Bobo seemed to know that this was the right place to go, and that goes way beyond just a chimp being smarter than normal. However, before they can talk anymore, Jimmy Olsen and Dr. 13 drop down right on top of Darwin. They compare notes and try to figure out how to get to the source of where all this madness is coming from. However, they're located by an alien guard. We had not thought any Earthmen had the resources to invade the plane of holes.
So, we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
The alien zaps them all unconscious, save for Bobo, whom he decides to kill. However, as the alien shoots him, we get our explanation for how he evidently knew more than he let on. Deadman emerges from the chimp and punches the alien out, apparently able to become solid in this dimension. And so our comic ends with Deadman wondering where the heck they go from here. And it seems Bobo survived despite the alien saying he was gonna kill him, and he definitely hit him. Or maybe the laser gun only has one setting, so he would have had to have shot him several times to kill him. Anyway, this comic kinda sucks. Which is rather sad because it felt like the pacing was a lot better than last time, with some of the plot threads actually coming back together as opposed to just having a million different threads in any direction. But the advances that we get in the plot are just not very good. Putting aside the rather iffy artwork, Darwin continually being frustrated with Bobo and thinking he wasn't actually helping doesn't make any sense when the chimp continually proves it's intelligent and is actively trying to work out the situation. In addition, the aliens feel like a throwback to old alien invasion cliches without any lamp shading or any explanation why they'd be this way or why they'd be doing some of the things they do if their ultimate goal was to just have a completely open invasion. What the hell do they care about other aliens who helped humans? It's not like they're Kryptonians or something. Superman is as alien to them as humans are. And their plan involving Aquaman seems especially convoluted if their goal was to just fake a distress signal from the JLA signal devices. I get that Paul Levitz probably wasn't trying to give his A-game for a story like this, but it really does feel like a major step down even if the plot is advancing. Next time, as we start the lead up to the 700th episode, we take it easy with some comic book quickies.
Sitting on my couch with
I'm with you, Olsen. Hopelessly confused, but with you. Yeah, that about sums up DC Challenge so far.
Hello, my friends. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications on new video releases. If you'd like to support future videos, you can check out my Patreon or purchase a t-shirt via Teespring or Shark Robot. Thanks for watching!